Good morning. Are we having fun yet today, people? So, I am sitting in an A-4, obviously. And my plan is to, well, first of all, take off without hitting that, those 3 things that are piled right next to me. Maybe this wasn't such a great thing to start, just like, okay, let's quick move just a little bit away from that. Okay. There's an airplane there. Yeah, I parked next to a bunch of... I hopped in a A4 surrounded by a bunch of toys. Okay, I'm in the A4. And I'm going to prove that you can make money flying passengers. And I'm just going to go from DOS all the way out to Kansas because I can. And I'm going to prove that you can make money that way. And I'm going to do it without getting any violations so that you can go, well, okay, I guess I can do this too. Let's first of all talk to air traffic control. We're going to go to Rusty's and find out how much we have to earn to break even for the day, okay? Let's tell them we're departing
U.S.
to
departures,
the west.
good afternoon. IVR 6359er. IVR 6359A9 Air. DNS departure.
Depart to the west.
IVR 6359er is an A4 to northeast. Departing to the west. $599 Air. You are cleared for dust off. Heading 280. Vectors to Lofty. Cleared for liftoff. Heading 280.
Glide slope.
$599er.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
8 Echo current.
Glide slope.
1 calm.
Glide slope.
Visibility 2
Glide slope.
RVR 1500.
Fence
Missed.
around the airport.
Vertical visibility
Glide
1500.
slope.
That is the
Temperature
Glide
ended
slope.
927 runway.
Glide slope.
2.9 air.
Glide slope.
Altimeter 2519
Glide
air.
slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide
And
slope.
we should be seeing
Glide
Rusty's.
slope.
There it is.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
Oh, shush, Aaron.
Stall. 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 Glide slope. Stall. 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 Glide slope. Stall. Glide slope. 100.
Now let's quick
Glide
turn
slope.
around.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, turn off my landing light. Now, if we were going to the rental counter, and we were going to new rental, aircraft, A4 Wanderer, 1,361. Let's put that into the calculator and save it. 1361, and we're gonna add the cost of a pods passenger 3 credits, so plus 3 1,364 credits is what we need to earn to break even on the rental. We are going to assume that I have a full tank, even though I've used a little flying over here. Now I'm going to talk to air traffic control and tell them I'm going to depart to the east, even though I'm actually going to land at the airport. So I'm going to select DO City. Yeah, I've reorganized my waypoints because I like it different than normal. Okay, let's talk to air traffic control. Departure
US
east.
departures, good afternoon. IVR 6359 IVR 6359 Air. DNS departure, go ahead. IVR 6359 is an A-4, 2 kilometers west, departing to the east. $5.99 Air. You are cleared for dust off. Heading 0980. Vectors to orbit. Cleared for dust off. Heading
Wind shear.
0980.
Wind shear. Wind shear.
599
Caution. Wind shear.
Come on, you should see me because I'm close enough.
Caution. Wind shear. Caution. Wind shear. 500. Caution. Wind shear. Stall, 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 stall.
Okay. Now remember, the A4 has
100,
that low
50,
delta
40,
P,
30, 20,
delta
10.
pressure that will make it explode if I climb too fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a long time climbing. Well, the last little bit. Turn off the headlights. Passenger transfers. Open the cargo bay door. Loading. And we're going to VMCI. VMCI. 20 passengers loaded. You'll notice I have 0 cash in hand, assuming I've spent all the money that I've had in the world to rent the aircraft for this trip. Okay? Gonna set my trim so I can turn it green. Close my cargo bay door. Talk to air traffic control. Departure.
US departures, good afternoon. IVR 6359
And I'm gonna fly to Wookie because I haven't checked the weather at
IVR 6359 Air. DNS departure.
Kansas. Depart east.
IVR 6359 is an A-4, departing to the east. $5.99 Air. Dust off at your discretion.
90,
Heading 0980.
and pitch
Radar
over to
vectors orbit.
maximum. I acknowledge this.
Cleared for liftoff. Heading 0980.
Lift
599
off. Turn that on. Turn the up thrust off.
599 Air. Radar contact. 0 overhead.
Bring
Caution.
the throttle down
Wind
just a
shear.
little because I don't want to go up into where they start yelling at me about flying too fast. Gear up. Lights off. Under the clouds. Gotta keep under 125. Why was I getting overspeed? I have... Well, I'm not worried about that, really. What we're going to do is we're going to go climb until we have a delta pressure of about 2,100, 2,200. Delta pressure maximum on this is, I think, 2,100 with a 25% overflow safety range, so you can go right to the 2,100 without blowing up, but you don't want to go above that. Let's check to make sure I actually have the right delta P in my brain. Special command, rise, management. Let's just go to rise management, new rise tab. Oh, that was dumb though. Rise TVP. A-4. A-4 Wanderer. Does it list max delta P? It does not. That's probably something we should put in there. Well, we'll know as soon as we get the warning what it is. Gonna start leveling off just a little bit because we're getting close to 2,000 pressure.
$5.99 air. Heading 080.
Heading 080.
Heading 080. $5.99 air.
Okay, right there is the delta P, so 2,000. So I can go 25% above that, so about 2,300 is where I can go to. I'm going to probably take it to about 2,100 right now, maybe 2,150.
Cabin pressure.
2,100 is the official marker, so let's keep that nose coming down. Keep it coming down. Gonna shut that red light off, but I'm gonna keep an eye on that cabin pressure.
$5.99 air. Turn left 10 degrees. Heading 070.
070.
$5.99 air.
Let's lower the nose just a little more. I don't want to get too high.
$5.99 air. You're leaving the terminal area.
Thank you.
Frequency change approved.
Navigate.
Have a safe flight.
Come on, let's lower the nose just a little bit more. I want to keep it at right around 2150, 2175 is probably safe, but I don't want to push my luck too much. You'll notice that the outside air pressure is decreasing, but my internal pressure is staying the same, and I'm still climbing. The trick is to keep it so that I'm keeping the delta P the same, Right now it says it's a 2-hour trip. It ain't going to be a 2-hour trip. It's going to be closer to 1 hour on the way out and probably half hour on the way back, because that delta pressure's going to keep coming down the entire time I'm flying, because, well, Kansas is at 6 kilometers and I was at only 300 meters when I started, so I can actually climb just a little bit faster. You notice that delta P is down to 2152 versus 53. Need some coffee right now. I probably shouldn't be stirring this close to the microphone, I'm sorry. I think I will keep talking to you guys until I pass 25 kilometers, and then I'll put you on pause for a little bit. Maybe. Come on, we can increase that climb rate just a little bit. Delta P is still going down faster than I'm climbing, so I need to. Let's increase the speed just a little bit. Yes, I am flying as fast as I can without setting the clacker off or going too fast, and climbing as fast as I can to keep that pressure right at 2150 something. I mean, yeah, I could go a little higher, but I probably will. I could probably climb up to about 2200 safely. You notice that my airspeed is down to 104. Well, it hasn't really gone much above that. But my ground speed keeps going up. The higher you go, the faster you go over the ground. But your temperature, that is where you start to get hot. Oh, stop that. It's a little bit faster up because I'm not increasing my delta P at all yet. There it goes. By the way, that's Alphaville that we're passing over already. You see all that down there? That's Alphaville. Is anybody coming towards me? Not yet. $21.52. Come on. Let's climb a little bit more. Oh, would you quit bouncing around with the wind? Come on. $21.49. Okay, we can definitely climb faster now. And we're at a point where we can really start climbing rapidly because there are only 93 millibars of outside air pressure. So I figure we'll get somewhere mid-30s and then try and get our run going. We're 220 kilometers from the airport already, the airport we left.
Passing sound barrier.
Oh, thank you. Let's bring a little throttle in, since we're now getting into the realm where airspeed is diminishing. I don't care what the temperature is, just as long as I don't go above 300 for the airframe temp. Come on, slow down just a little. You'll notice that 2.5 hours is down to 53 minutes, 52 minutes. Okay. Don't care about the temperature. Yeah, I need to keep an eye on it, but... Okay. We are definitely cooking now. More ways than one. We're cooking along the ground and we're cooking the airplane. Okay, let's level off just a little bit here. Airframe temperature is 300, so it's time to slow down. Okay. I'd say we're pretty close to stable up here. And it's a 40-minute flight from here. We're decreasing our speed just a little too much. Let's trim down just a little. Come on, don't want to go above 350. Do not want to do that. 320 is about as high as I want to ever go. Above that, things start getting stupid as you're cooking the airplane off. Pardon me. Okay, now I'm gonna let you guys just be paused for about 20 minutes until I get lined up, because you don't need to sit here and watch me doing nothing for 20 minutes, do you? So you get to sit back and magically things will be much closer in a few seconds. Well, I just officially passed the halfway point in this trip. You'll notice that I'm now closer to Wookiee than I am to DOS, which is where I left. And it's still stable. Things are going fine. Let me show you the world map. We took off from there. We're here, and we're going to Wookiee there. I'm actually going to come in just a little south and then shoot the approach into Kansas. Yeah, I'm going to fly the ILS. It doesn't look bad. Just doesn't look great. You'll notice I'm still keeping it right around 320 for the temperature. Oh, I'm sorry. 312 right now. Probably bring a touch more thrust in. Yeah, theoretically I could burn this rate of fuel for almost 10 hours. And I could go around the planet at this altitude and this speed, but it'd take a long time. You'll notice that since the aircraft has continuously been depressurizing, the Delta P is down 1700, which means I could climb to 120, and on the way back to DOS I probably will climb up to orbital altitude, just not getting to orbital speed because, well, you kind of don't really have all the controls for docking, maneuvering, and since you don't want to die, you really have to be careful because you don't have any heat shielding. This is just aluminum on the wings, so you have to climb, you have to accelerate after you climb, and then decelerate before you even try to enter the atmosphere, because it will burn up. So you have to use the upthrust to keep yourself at an altitude that's safe. I'm gonna let you guys pause for another 5 minutes before I actually start my descent, I think. I'll talk to you a little bit. Okay, we're getting close to where I'm gonna start heading down, but first I'm gonna change the heading, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give myself about, oh, let's see, how about a 10-degree to the right. Let's take it all the way to 100 versus On the way back to the city, I'm going to show you how, when your A-4 is low on pressure, you can actually get to space levels. You can get to space velocities, but re-entry is not for the faint of heart. Not at all. It is just flat out stupid dangerous. You'd be much safer doing the return trip the same altitude as this, and since you don't have to do the hold and slow climb, you can go straight up to 35-40 kilometers. It takes much less time. But if you want to, you can go up to 120 and accelerate up to orbital speed, but re-entry, you have to be going slow before you fall through the atmosphere. Otherwise you will burn up, and I do mean you will burn up. Okay, how close am I? 170, I'm about a 10 degree down. So give it another few seconds before I chop the throttle and then lower the nose. Definitely tracking south here. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, you can see where I'm tracking south, which is a good thing. Let's set it back to 90, since we've now got enough of a south of us, south of the outer marker. And throttle down to just like, let's keep it at 5% for right now. Okay, you'll notice how fast I am slowing down. And nose down. I'm gonna chop the throttle all the way to 0 for right now. So I slow down a little bit faster because I noticed that the TAT is not dropping as fast as I want. Okay, I need to swing my nose to keep following that outer marker. I want to keep it between 20 and 30 degrees of closure.
Passing sound barrier.
Come on. Let's bring the throttle up just a little bit. Hi, Wookie. Okay, let's select the airport. And I do not need any throttle at all. I'm still well above the glide slope. But I need to turn towards the airport. Set it to capture the ILS, well, the localizer. Be nice to me, computer. Well, I should have started my turn a little bit sooner. That's okay. I'll just put a little bit of thrust in because we're still way above the glide slope. Way above the glide slope. Like 5 kilometers above the glide slope. Bad planning on my part. But I did get the localizer just about right. Here I come into the clouds. Might as well lower the landing gear and put the lights on.
Struts extended.
Gas, undercarriage, MFD doesn't have any warnings, and my power setting is where I need to be to get lined up with the glide slope. Still 3 kilometers above the glide slope, realistically. But I have been catching up with it. cross Wookie at 7.5, but it looks like I'm going to do it at 8.5 maybe. But that's still doable. Come on. I hear the outer marker. I was pretty close on my estimate. Okay, now I'm gonna go and set this to just capture the glide slope. It captured it, even though it's above it. It should be finding it real soon. There's the runway. And I'm bringing a little thrust in so that I don't shoot through the glide slope. Gas, undercarriage, MFD, power. Yeah, I could probably bring a little more in. GUMPS is obviously old aviation adage about gas undercarriage mixture. In this case, we don't have a mixture, we have the MFD and the power setting that you want. And the S at the end is say it again. Each time you do something important, you want to do your GUMPS check. Take off, set up for cruise, set up for descent, set up for final, short final, when you're ready to land. And after you land, you actually do the GUMPS check again, because believe it or not, there are times that you will find you've left like the flaps in the wrong position for taxi.
1000.
This plane doesn't have flaps, but you know, there are planes in this game that do have flaps. Middle marker.
500.
Gonna chop the power.
Pull up.
Pardon me, that was my coffee landing. Inner marker and TVM to set up for landing.
100. Stall, 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 stall. Glide slope, stall. Glide slope. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay. Let's kick these passengers out. Unload. Oh, I need to open up the door. Unload. Okay. Now, those passengers, I pocketed 5,130 coins. Yay! And we know that I am only into this trip for 1,364. So I am well on my way to make a good profit here. Now, I'm going to load them back up to go to DOS. VDEO. There are only 18 going. Well, that's okay. I have enough fuel. I'm not going to bother getting fuel for the trip back because I don't care, and I'm going to do it the evil way, and I'll show you how I do it. Well, I won't cut because you will want to see the entire process. And the dangerous way, the sensible way would be to do it the same way I just did it, going in reverse. Since I can jump straight to orbital altitude, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to set late, and I'm planning to climb to 120 kilometers because my ship's pressure is, let's see, 1,000 and change. So I can make it all the way to orbital altitude because I took so long to fly here. And I can get going, I can be back down on the ground before I get to 2,000 delta P. Okay, let's take off, turn. Engine. Gear up, landing light off. Oh, come on. I don't want to be going this fast. I want to hold this altitude, and I want to turn to a heading of 270, so let's let the autoflight do some of this while I pay attention to the thrust. Come on. Once I get to about 40 kilometers, I'm going to be where I'm no longer really flying much, so I'll level my wings and use the upthrust to really get going.
Passing sound barrier.
Thank you. Come on, let's get high enough that I don't cook myself before I get out of the atmosphere. Come on, let's keep climbing. Come on. I'm no longer flying. I'm just climbing with momentum here. I need to put my sunglasses on. I forgot that step. Silly me. Use. Oh, I'm way up here. I'm gonna go way too high. Let's nose down a little. Of course, you can only adjust your attitude, both up thrust, because there are no side thrusts on this aircraft. Yeah, I'm flying pretty close.
Traffic. Traffic.
Oh, crud. Where is he? Okay, he's under me. Good. ourselves a little bit more
Clear of conflict.
onto the right track. I need to accelerate a little bit more, but I also need to lose some of this vertical speed. Oops. I'm now descending. Hence the oops. Okay, let's hold this attitude. I'm gonna get right around 5.5 kilometers a second, maybe 6. I want to stay under orbital speed, which I know going this direction is like 6.2. That's good enough. Reverse thrust. Okay, let's arrest our descent using the up thrust. Now, if I touch the atmosphere at this point, I die. I mean, I die. This thing will heat up so fast, it's ridiculous. There is no insulation at all. The only reason I'm cooling is because there's so little atmosphere up here that it's just radiating the heat off into space. I'm going to have to wait until I am maybe 1,000 kilometers away, maybe 1,100 away from where I want to land, well, where I want to descend into, and I'm going to start braking hard and hold this altitude until I get to about 800 meters a second versus another 0.8 kilometers. Any faster, and you can only do this when your aircraft is depressurized, and it is really, 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 really stupid dangerous. I mean, it is stupid dangerous. And I could kill my character and all 18 passengers. I mean, that's a real possibility here. Okay, start braking hard. Keep above 120 kilometers or you die. You could go Kansas to Bethlehem, Bethlehem to, Comstock, Comstock to Kansas, and keep the aircraft depressurized the entire time, because all three of those airports are right around the 6-kilometer mark, so you don't have to worry about... I mean, you'll notice that the delta P here is 1215, and it will go up slowly as we're... Oh, come on, it's... Come on. Okay, let's lower that nose. And we want to make sure that we do not get too slow, but we want to keep our nose lined up. And we want to keep that speed down. You'll notice it'll start creeping up as I am up thrusting. We don't want to die. We don't want to die. Okay. Gas, undercarriage, MFD, power, yeah. Come on. Like I said, this is a really stupid way to fly. This is a really, really good way to die. I mean, really good way to die. All it takes is the dog barking and I will die. All it'll take is the wife walking into the house and saying, "Honey, come help me with this." And there is not going to be anything to do other than die. I mean... Okay, now we're into the point where it's getting really to the bad parts. Converting back into normal airplane flight versus flying a spaceship is really hard without insulation. And I need to slow down a little bit because I've picked up speed from the upthrusting to keep from falling too fast. I can probably take the sunglasses off. That's a stall at supersonic speed. The aircraft's not saying stall because it doesn't detect it because there's no airspeed, but I'm basically coming in and out of stall as the angle of attack is drifting up and down at supersonic speeds. It's just not. Ah! Oh, shush. I know. Ah! Going from negative stall to flight. Flight, flying, flying, flying. About to hit a positive stall here. Right. Come on. Right
Stall,
there.
stall, 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 stall.
Turn the autoflight back on. Even though his TAT is 500.
Stall, stall.
Like I said, this is a really good way to die. Okay, let's shallow out a little bit. Almost back to the same altitude we were flying at, like an airplane on the way out there. Turn it back to positive thrust or not forward thrust. Navigate. And yeah. Okay. That is how you defy death with an A-4 by doing stupid things. This is not how a reasonable, sane person would fly this flight, okay? But it does make it go faster. I mean, you can see how fast that trip is. We're basically over Alphaville already, and I'm never going to tell anyone to fly it this way, but I will tell you, you can fly it this way. Okay, there is a difference between can and should. I mean, it goes under the heading of, you can play Russian roulette. You should not. You can fly the A-4 this way. You should not. It will eventually kill you. You should fly it the way I flew to Kansas. But yes, this is how you can earn cash. $5,130 credits minus the 16. What was it? 16. I'm sorry, 1364. Let's make that a negative number and add the 5,130. 5130. So, right now on the first half of this trip, we've made 3,766 credits profit. That's after renting an A-4. That's after renting in a passenger pods. And I'm at the 15 degree down almost, so it's time to start down and cut my throttle a little bit. Ah! Don't need that warning. We're descending, so gas, undercarriage, MFD, power, yeah. I am too high up. Let's actually do something about that this time. Turn the auto flight off. Push the nose down a little bit.
Passing sound barrier.
Nav. Yes, you notice I turned the autoflight completely off. I gently pushed the nose down. I then turned it on to nav by pressing the button I have mapped to the C to the C function, whatever you want to call it, the horizontal modes, until I got it to nav. And when it came on, it said, "Oh, you must want to hold this stupid pitch down, this unsafe pitch down." Well, once I get below 10, I will press the nose down more, which will bring it up to 15, which is the normal descent angle, or I can pull it up slowly myself. Let's get a little more speed going. Gas, undercarriage. MFD is happy. Power is happy. I might want to reduce it just a little bit to get... No, I'm good. Let's talk to ATC. Approach.
Afternoon Dios arrival. IVR 6359 or 9 Earth.
Raise it to 15 degrees. Change it to heading.
IVR 6359A9 Air.
Heading to a
DNS
outline
approach.
east.
IVR 6359 is an A-4. Tree 9 or east.
I can change this
Inbound for an
to
East Colony pad.
airport, passenger terminal.
599 Air. Radar contact. Tree 7 kilometers east. Maintain current heading. Radar vectors laid.
Acknowledge heading.
Descend and maintain 2000. Heading 280. 2000.
280,
599 Earth.
2000. Okay, gas, yes, undercarriage down. Turn the landing lights on.
Struts
MFD happy. Power setting, yeah, I'm happy with this power setting right now. Actually, I want a little more. How am I looking? Looking pretty good. I can probably bring just a little more power. Gas, undercarriage, MFD, power.
599 Air. Left 10 degrees. Heading 260. 599 Earth.
Not really would. That would have been almost 18 degrees, but you know, hey, that's what you want.
599 Air. Descend and maintain 1000.
Acknowledge altitude.
1000. 599 Earth. $5.99 Air. Make the heading 270. Heading 270. 599 Earth.
270. Okay, gas, undercarriage, MFD, power, as we had 93. That's reasonable for in here.
$5.99 Air. Right 10 degrees. Heading 280. 599 Earth.
There's the airport.
$5.99 Air. Resume on navigation. Landing at your discretion.
Nav.
DNS terminal wind calm.
final for landing here, so gas, undercarriage, MFD, powered idle.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate.
Oh shush, I don't care.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
I know I'm crossing over the middle marker. Or I'm sorry, inner marker.
500.
TMV or TVM.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Acknowledge landing.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Landing
Stall.
at our
Stall.
discretion.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
599er. 599 air. Change to advisory frequency approved.
Turn
Have
to
a good
head back
afternoon.
towards where I'm gonna park later.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Landing lights off. Passenger terminal. Open the bay door. Unload. So 4,617 plus the 3,000. So let's just add 4,000 plus 4,000. So I made 7,766 credits after paying for the rental and so on. Now out of that I'm gonna have to pay for gas. So let's find out how much gas I'm gonna take. Fuel 8 by 720. So 7,000 credits profit, and it's been less than 2 hours for this trip. Pardon me. And now I'm going to put money in the bank. Deposit all. Okay. Passenger travel is the easiest way to make money without having to invest money. If you want to haul cargo, yes, you can make a killing hauling cargo, but you have to buy the cargo. Passengers, you just say, hey, how'd you like to go to, and as long as you haven't killed anybody recently, they'll say, yes, please, thank you, and give you money. If you've killed people recently, well, you know, you might have to go to the lawyers to, how shall I say it, get your reputation back for being such a lousy pilot. This has been an hour and 20-minute video, so you have a good weekend, okay? Or week, or whatever.